Good morning, children. So last class we have seen about effect of change of temperature. Yes, then we have seen about melting point, latent heat of fusion, latent heat of vaporization, boiling point, isn't it? I hope that you understand that topic. So today we are going to see about the new topic, that is effect of change of pressure and evaporation. Okay, so the change in the pressure will cause some changes in states of matter that we are going to see. Okay, so today's topic is effect of change of pressure. So by applying pressure and reducing temperature, we can liquefy gases. Okay, so by applying pressure and reducing the temperature of gas, we can convert the gas into liquid state. Okay, so here you can see the diagram. If we are compressing a gas in a cylinder, the distance between the particles of the gas is reduced. You know, the particles of the gas is spaciously arranged, as freely it is movable. As when we are compressing the gas, the particles of the gas is reduced. Finally the gas converted into liquid. Okay, so this is the method which is followed for liquefied petroleum gas and CNG, compressed natural gas, which we are using for cooking purpose. Understood, children? So they will compress the gas in the cylinder, so the gas converted into liquid state. Okay, so this is due to the effect of change of pressure. We are applying a pressure. Yes, while compressing we are applying a pressure which makes the particles of the gas to liquid. Okay, so here one more diagram you can see. With a piston we are applying the pressure towards the gas, so the gas will compress and it get converted into liquid. And if you are applying more pressure with the piston, then the liquid gets converted into solid. Understood? So we can understood from this that by applying pressure and by reducing the temperature, we can liquefy the gas. So now we are going to see example for the effect of change of pressure. Example is solid carbon dioxide. So solid carbon dioxide, usually it is stored under high pressure. Okay, so it can be directly converted into gaseous state by decreasing the pressure to 1 atmosphere. Okay, so solid carbon dioxide, it is stored under high pressure. It can be directly converted into gaseous state by decreasing the pressure. Okay, so the solid carbon dioxide is also called as dry ice. Okay, so in this picture we can see the interconversion of states of matter. So already we have seen all these. So once again we will just recall about it. Okay, so solid gets converted into liquid state when it's melting. Okay, so that is the temperature. We have studied about the melting point also, last effect of change of temperature. Okay, so solid can be converted to liquid by increasing the temperature, that is melting. Okay, then liquid can be converted into gaseous state. This is also due to the effect of temperature, that is by the process called evaporation, liquid can be converted into gas. Okay, now this this liquid can be again converted into solid by the process called solidification. Okay, by the process called what? Solidification. So liquid can be converted into solid. Next, gas can be converted into liquid, that is water vapor can be converted into water. That process is called what? Condensation. Okay, so the process of conversion of gas into liquid is called what? Condensation. This condensation process only we can see during the formation of the rain, that is water cycle. If you might have studied studied in your previous classes, that is condensation process occur during the formation of rain, isn't it? So there what is happening, the water vapor, that is gaseous form, is get converted into liquid form. Okay, so such process is called what? Condensation. Then these also last class we have seen, that is solid can be converted directly into gas without changing into liquid state. Yes, solid can be directly converted into gas, so that process is called what? Sublimation. Yes, so and not only that, deposition means what? Gas can be directly converted into solid, that is called what? Deposition. Understood, Sinner? So this is about interconversion of states of matter. So matter can change its state due to the effect of temperature and pressure. Now we are going to see about evaporation. Okay, we are going to see about evaporation. You know that the process of change of liquid into vapor. Okay, so the process of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its melting point is called as evaporation. Understood, children? So factors affecting evaporation. Now we are going to see what are the factors which will affect the evaporation. So first one is increase of surface area. So evaporation, we know that it is a surface phenomenon. Yes, so if the surface area is increased, the rate of the rate of the evaporation also increases. Okay, so if the surface area increases, the rate of evaporation also increases. For example, while we are putting clothes for drying up, what we will do, we will spread the clothes. Yes, so by spreading the clothes, it can be easily get dried, because the evaporation will be faster. When we are increasing the surface area, it will increase the rate of evaporation. That's why we will get if we are spreading the clothes, we will get the clothes easily dried, because the surface area get increased, which result in the rate of evaporation to be greater, and evaporation process will be take place. Then increase of temperature. Next one is what? Increase of temperature. So increase of surface area will cause the rate of evaporation to increase. Next one is increase of temperature. So with the increase of temperature, more number of particles will get enough kinetic energy to go into the vapor state, so easily evaporation process will take place. So increase of temperature also result in the increase of rate of evaporation. Understood, children? So same example only we can take for this. During sunny day, the clothes can be dried easily, because the temperature is more as hot temperature. So due to the increase of temperature, evaporation rate also get increased. Understood? So the clothes, if you are putting on the hot sunny day, it will be easily dried. But during rainy season, you can see the temperature is less in the environment, which result in the rate of evaporation also become less. Understood? So increase of temperature result in the increase of rate of evaporation. Understood, children? Now third point is, due to the rate of evaporation increases, it result in decrease in humidity. So what is meant by humidity? Humidity means it is the amount of water vapor which is present in air, isn't it? So you might have studied in lower classes what is meant by humidity. So humidity means what? It is the amount of water vapor present in air. Okay, so the air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at a given temperature. So if the amount of water in air is already high, the rate of evaporation will be decreases. So during during rainy days, you can see the dew formation in the car glasses. Yes, so that time the amount of water in the air is high, so it will decrease the rate of evaporation. Slowly only it will evaporate. Yes, but if there is the rate of evaporation is increased, then it result in decrease in humidity. Okay, so during sunny day, the humidity level in the air is very less, which result in the evaporation rate become increases. Okay, so increase in decrease in humidity result in the increase in the rate of evaporation. Understood, children? So rate of evaporation will increase with the increase of surface area, rate of evaporation will increase with the increase of temperature, but decrease in humidity result in the rate of evaporation to get increased. Okay, so increase in humidity will result in the rate of evaporation to get decrease. Understood, children? So now fourth factors affecting evaporation, factor affecting evaporation is increase in wind speed. Increase in wind speed, it is a common observation that clothes dry faster on a windy day. Yes, so wind, if more wind means the days windy day means the clothes will dry faster. Yes, so with the increase in wind speed, the particles of water vapor move faster away with the wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. Okay, so increase in wind speed increase the rate of evaporation. So windy day clothes will get dry faster because it will make the evaporation rate to get increased. Okay, so increase in wind speed result in increase in evaporation. Understood, children? So these are the four factors which affect the evaporation. Once again I will repeat, when there is an increase of surface area, it will increase the rate of evaporation, and increase of temperature also increase the rate of evaporation, and when a decrease in humidity result in the increase in the rate of evaporation. Okay, and increase in wind speed also causes what? A rate of evaporation to get increased. Understood, children? So now we are moving to how does evaporation cause cooling. Okay, how does evaporation cause cooling? So you know that in a open vessel, if you are keeping the liquid start to evaporate. Yes, so just to check it in your home, you keep the water in a open vessel. Okay, after some time you can notice that the liquid started to evaporate, and the amount of water which is present in the open vessel become less. This is due to evaporation. Yes, so and if we are touching the water, we can feel that that water is so cold. Why this is happening? Because the particles of liquid will absorb energy from the surrounding. Okay, so during evaporation, the particles of that water, it will absorb the energy from the surrounding and regain the energy which is lost during evaporation. Okay, which makes the liquid to become cold. Understood, children? So the absorption of energy from the surrounding makes the liquid to become cold. Understood? So now we can see example for this, nail polish remover. So you all know that nail polish remover. Yes, so the nail polish remover chemical name is what? Acetone. Okay, so acetone only we are using commonly as a nail polish remover. Okay, so just you check it in your home, you take acetone, that is nail polish remover, on your palm. Okay, so what will happen? What is happening here? You know, acetone, it will start to evaporate. Okay, so acetone will evaporate. At the same time, we can feel cold in our palm. Why we are feeling the cooling effect in our palm? Means the particles gain energy from your palm. Okay, the particle, that means acetone particle, the particles present in the acetone, it will gain energy from your palm or surroundings and evaporate, causing the palm to feel cool. Understood, children? So when why the cooling effect is caused during evaporation? The particles of liquid, it will absorb the energy from the surrounding and regain the energy lost during evaporation. Okay, so this absorption of energy from the surrounding make the liquid to get cold. Understood, children? So example is, two example we have seen, nail polish remover and water in open vessel. Okay, now we are going to see Why should we wear cotton clothes in summer? Okay, so normally in summer season we used to wear cotton clothes, isn't it? So why we are wearing cotton clothes? We know that cotton clothes are the good absorber of heat. Okay, so it will absorb the heat more, which helps in absorbing the sweat. Okay, so during summer season we know that sweat release in our body will be more less due to the increase in temperature. So cotton clothes if we are using in summer means it is a good absorber of heat, which helps in absorbing the sweat and exposing it to the atmosphere, and our body we will feel cool. Okay, so because it will absorb the sweat and expose it to the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the reason why we are wearing the cotton clothes in summer. Understood, children? Next one is why we can see water droplets on the outer surface of glass containing ice cold water. So let us say now we can see, let us take some ice cold water in a tumbler. Okay, so ice cold water means the water which contains ice. Okay, soon you will see the water droplets on the outer surface of the tumbler. Yes, so this you can check in your home also. Okay, so just you take the ice and keep it in the open area. So after some time the ice will get evaporate into liquid, and you can see the water droplets on the outer surface of the tumbler. Yes, so the water vapor present in air coming contact with the cold glass of water, it will loses energy and gets converted to liquid state, which we see as what? Water droplets. Understood? So the water vapor which is present in air comes contact with the cold glass of water and loses its energy and gets converted into what? Liquid state, which we see as water droplets. Okay, so this is the reason why we can see the water droplets on the outer surface of the glass containing ice cold water. Understood, children? So I hope that you all understood about this lesson. So first chapter I have finished today. So if you have any doubt regarding this topic, you can ask. Okay, so I will give classwork also. I will send through WhatsApp. When I am sending through WhatsApp, please write it, copy it in your classwork. Okay, children? So here you can see, why do we see water droplets on the outer surface of glass containing ice cold? So water vapor present in air, it will comes in contact with the cold glass of water, loses energy and gets converted to liquid state, which we see as what? Droplets. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask, children. Okay, and I will send notes through WhatsApp. You can copy. Okay, children, thank you.